Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. And you know what? If you're new here, welcome to the show too. We've got a great one for you today. We're going to a magical place today. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, have you seen my garage? No. But seriously, we're going on a trip to Kandy, Sri Lanka. It's a UNESCO World Heritage City, which automatically makes it cool. But stick around and you'll see why it's so much more than that. We're talking about ancient temples, gorgeous gardens, and enough history to impress even the biggest history buff. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive into the top 10 places you absolutely, positively can't miss in Kandy. Alright, first up we're heading straight to the heart of Kandy, the Temple of the Tooth Relic. Now this isn't just any temple, folks. This place is major. I'm talking about a sacred, golden-roofed masterpiece that's been a pilgrimage destination for centuries. Why? Well, it houses a relic that's very important to a lot of people, a tooth of the Buddha himself. Can you imagine? I mean, I chipped a tooth on a pretzel once and it was a whole thing. But seriously, the atmosphere inside is electric. You can feel the history and the spirituality all around you, from the intricate carvings to the smell of incense in the air. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. And the architecture, oh my gosh, the architecture. It's like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. It's absolutely breathtaking. Trust me, you'll want to have your cameras fully charged for this one. Okay, after all that spiritual energy, we're going to take a deep breath of fresh air and head over to the Royal Botanical Gardens. Now, you know me, I love a good garden. My wife Portia can attest to that. But this is something else entirely. It's over 147 acres of pure botanical bliss. We're talking about over 4,000 different species of plants from all over the world. You've got your exotic orchids, your towering palm trees, even a whole avenue dedicated to bamboo. It's like walking through a living, breathing jungle, but like a really well-maintained one. You know, the kind where you can actually find your way out. It's the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle of the city and just lose yourself in the beauty of nature. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even spot some monkeys swinging through the trees. Don't try to make friends with them, though. They're cute, but they're not here to make friends. They're here to steal your snacks. Next up, we're taking a leisurely stroll around Kandy Lake, because what's a trip to a beautiful city without a walk by the water? This lake is nestled right in the heart of Kandy, and it's like a giant mirror reflecting all the beauty around it. You've got the Temple of the Tooth Relic on one side, lush green hills on the other, and the iconic Queen's Hotel, which looks like something out of a fairy tale, just chilling on the shore. You can rent a swan boat if you're feeling romantic, or just find a bench and soak up the peaceful vibes. Seriously, this place is like a meditation app come to life. It's the perfect spot to relax, take a deep breath, and just enjoy the moment. And hey, if you close your eyes and listen really closely, you might even hear the faint sounds of traditional Sri Lankan music drifting over the water. Okay, maybe that's just the soundtrack I added in post-production, but you get the idea. Alright, get ready to climb, folks, because we're about to get some serious elevation. We're heading up to the Bahirawakanda Buddha statue. And this isn't just any Buddha statue. This one is massive. You can see it from pretty much anywhere in Kandy, just chilling on top of Bahirawakanda Hill, like it's no big deal. And let me tell you, the view from up there is incredible. We're talking panoramic views of the entire city, the surrounding hills, and even the distant Knuckles mountain range. It's enough to make you forget you had to climb all those stairs. Almost. But trust me, the view is worth every step. And hey, while you're up there, take a moment to appreciate the sheer size and serenity of the statue itself. It's a powerful reminder of the importance of peace and compassion, which, let's be honest, we could all use a little more of these days, right? Okay, after all that climbing, let's trade in our hiking boots for some comfy walking shoes and head into the Udawattakele Forest Reserve. This place is like Kandy's own little secret jungle, right on the edge of the city. It's a haven for nature lovers, with over 100 different species of birds, tons of monkeys. Seriously, these guys are everywhere, and even the occasional deer or wild boar. Don't worry, they're more scared of you than you are of them, probably. This is the perfect place to escape the heat and humidity of the city, and just lose yourself in the cool shade of the forest canopy. There are tons of trails to explore, so you can wander for hours and just enjoy the peace and quiet. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even stumble across one of the ancient rock hermitages that are hidden within the forest. Just watch out for spiders. I'm kidding. Maybe. Okay, after all that exploring, it's time for a tea break. And what better place to do it than the Ceylon Tea Museum? You know, I love a good cup of tea. I mean, who doesn't? But have you ever stopped to think about where it comes from? This museum takes you on a fascinating journey through the history of tea production in Sri Lanka, from the very first tea plants to the modern-day cuppa. You'll learn all about the different types of tea, the process of growing and harvesting it, and of course the art of brewing the perfect cup. And the best part? You get to sample some of the good stuff at the end of the tour. So put on your fancy hats and your best British accents, because it's about to get very proper in here. Alright, remember that incredible view from the Bahirawakanda Buddha statue? Well, buckle up because we're about to see it again, and this time it's even better. I'm talking about the Kandy viewpoint, the ultimate spot to capture that perfect Instagram-worthy shot of the city. From here, you can see everything: the Temple of the Tooth Relic, Kandy Lake, the Royal Botanical Gardens, the whole shebang. It's enough to make you want to quit your job, sell all your belongings, and move to Sri Lanka. Don't do that, though. Your cat will miss you. The best time to come is at sunset, when the sky explodes in a riot of colors and the city lights twinkle below. Trust me, it's a view you won't soon forget. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even spot a few monkeys hanging around hoping for a snack. Seriously, these monkeys are relentless. Okay, I know what you're thinking. A cemetery? On vacation? But hear me out on this one. The Kandy Garrison Cemetery isn't your average graveyard. It's a beautiful, peaceful oasis in the middle of the city, and it's full of history. This cemetery dates back to the colonial era, and it's the final resting place for British soldiers, government officials, and even some famous explorers. Walking through the cemetery is like stepping back in time. You can almost hear the echoes of their footsteps and the stories they have to tell. It's a reminder that history isn't just something you read about in books. It's all around us, even in the most unexpected places. And hey, if you're really quiet, you might even hear the ghosts whispering their secrets. Okay, maybe not, but it's a spooky thought, right? All right, history buffs, this one's for you. The National Museum of Kandy is a treasure trove of artifacts and information about the rich history and culture of this amazing city. We're talking about ancient manuscripts, royal regalia, traditional costumes, and even some slightly creepy-looking medical instruments. You know, the usual museum stuff. You'll learn all about the Kandyan kingdom, the colonial period, and the many cultural traditions that make Sri Lanka so unique. It's like taking a crash course in Sri Lankan history, but way more fun than your high school history class. I mean, they didn't even have air conditioning, am I right? It's the perfect place to spend an afternoon expanding your mind and getting a deeper understanding of this fascinating country. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even overhear a tour guide telling spooky stories about the museum's resident ghost. Just kidding. Maybe. Okay, get ready to awaken your senses, folks, because we're heading to the Ranweli Spice Garden. This place is a feast for the eyes, nose, and taste buds. We're talking about rows upon rows of fragrant herbs and spices, from cinnamon and cloves to cardamom and pepper. You'll learn all about the different uses for each spice, both in cooking and traditional medicine. And of course, no trip to a spice garden would be complete without a little shopping spree. Stock up on your favorite spices to take home, and don't forget to try some of the delicious local treats like cinnamon tea and honey. Trust me, your kitchen will thank you for it. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even spot a few monkeys trying to sneak a taste of the spices. Seriously, those monkeys are everywhere. Well, there you have it, folks, the top 10 must-visit places in Kandy, Sri Lanka. From ancient temples and lush gardens to breathtaking views and fascinating museums, this city has something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Book your trip today and get ready to experience the magic of Kandy for yourself. And hey, don't forget to pack your sense of adventure, your appetite for delicious food, and maybe a few extra snacks for the monkeys. You've been warned. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey, and I'll see you in the next video.